you lose your phone. A simple modern-day inconvenience, right? But what if that simple mistake led you into a nightmare from which there's no waking up? What if the people who found it didn't want to return it? They wanted to use you. This is the chilling premise of the 2016 horror film, The Darkest Dawn, a story that starts with a lost iPhone and descends into a terrifying fight for survival against a family with a deeply sinister agenda. Stick with us as we break down this claustrophobic and brutal tale of modern technology meeting ancient evil. We meet our protagonist, Chloe, after a night out. She realizes her expensive new iPhone is missing. Using a friend's phone and a Find My iPhone style app, she tracks its signal to a large, isolated house on the outskirts of town. Thinking she's just dealing with some petty thieves who found her phone, she and her friend decide to confront them and get it back. It seems bold, maybe even foolish, but it's a relatable impulse. They assume a quick confrontation will solve. When they arrive at the house, things feel off immediately. The man who answers the door is evasive and unsettling. He denies having the phone, but Chloe's app insists the signal is coming from inside. Determined not to lose her expensive property, she pushes her way inside. A decision that seals her fate. The door slams shut. And just like that, the simple quest for a lost phone becomes a fight for her life. Chloe quickly discovers she hasn't walked into the home of petty criminals. She stumbled into the den of a deeply deranged and psychotic family. This isn't just a family of killers. They are a cult unit bound together by a shared madness and a dark purpose. She is captured, restrained, and subjected to their torment. The family is systematically brutal, toying with their prey. The leader, the patriarch, reveals their terrifying goal. They are practitioners of a dark, occult magic, and they need a specific victim for a ritual. Chloe isn't a random target. She has been chosen. The phone was merely bait, a way to lure someone from the outside world into their web. They needed a pure or specific kind of victim for their black magic rite, a sacrifice to some unnamed dark force, and Chloe fits their grim criteria. The film masterfully builds a sense of dread by showing the family's cold, methodical preparation, making their belief in the ritual even more horrifying than if they were just mindless killers. Chloe's fight is no longer just about escape. It's about preventing her soul from being forfeit to an unspeakable. The third act is the intense, grueling sequence as the family begins their ritual. Chloe is prepared for the sacrifice, forced to participate in their horrific ceremony against her will. The atmosphere is thick with dread, amplified by the family's fanatical chanting and belief in what they are doing.
This is where Chloe must use every ounce of her will to survive. She fights back, not just with physical strength, but with cunning. She looks for any weakness in the family structure, a moment of doubt, a distracted guard, a flaw in their plan. What follows is a violent and desperate escape attempt through the labyrinthine halls of the house. It's a bloody game of cat and mouse, with Chloe using anything she can find as a weapon against her captors. The film doesn't shy away from the brutality of her struggle, making her eventual victories feel hard-won and perilous. The climax is a final, visceral confrontation with the head of the family. It's a fight not just for life, but for her very soul. So, what makes The Darkest Dawn an effective horror film? It takes her incredibly relatable, modern fear, losing your phone, and escalates it to a terrifying extreme. It preys on the vulnerability of being disconnected and the danger of trusting strangers. It falls squarely into the backwards horror or captivity horror subgenre, similar to films like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or The People. Under the stairs where the horror comes from a dysfunctional, closed-off family unit. The addition of the occult ritual gives it a unique flavor, adding a layer of supernatural dread to the very real physical threat.